Hello, hey everyone. Radhe Radhe. Right, so here's our ninth live, and today we'll be discussing about just kind of reviewing all the some of the components of the Kubernetes whole major architecture, which will be including some of the major different components, whether it is the secret managers or different replica sets or a lot of other things as well. We'll be discussing or just kind of go through all the particular code that has been uploaded or been that is present over the GitHub's public repo, and we'll try to see the GitHub, the Go language code base over there at the public repository. Let me just see my own YouTube channel from some other, accounts that I can just kind of review if my network is all stable at the moment, and we can just happily proceed ahead without any as much of a problem. I just write or the chat so that any particular person who might and just kind of visit this live stream, they might get and just kind of introduction what we are going to discuss. We are right. Awesome. All right, so let me share my screen. Let me make it a bit darker. Doesn't look good. Yeah, now it's fine. So I have shared I've shared the link to this particular doc as well in the description, so that any particular person who might just kind of have a look over what were some of the previous live streams that we organized earlier. What were they focusing upon? Very different lectures, very different topics that we discussed about. Yeah, if we discussed about some of the recent changes or the updates or latest releases that came in the K gateway. It was the version 2.1 that was one of our first live. The other one was about the Helm and Argo, and then the next one was about the platform engineering core fundamentals. There are two different kind of certificates that have been provided by the CNC or by the Linux Foundation at the moment. They are the platform engineering associate and the platform engineering engine platform, like the cloud native platform engineer and the cloud native platform associate. Both of these particular exams had different domains as well as different topics that were a part of their syllabus. We try to cover some of those particular topics. So here in this manner we'll be discussing about some of the other topics as well. We also discuss about the common CVs that might have been found in the recent times. One of them was the Run C. We took help of the ARM and a lot of other resources as well. And then we had platform engineering core fundamentals. Then we also explored a bit about the Redis and how the cache is actually being handled. I don't know about them all, but still, it's kind of introductory. It's a kind of an introduction that has been just kind of organized for any particular person who doesn't know as much about any particular topic, and also for me as well, so that I can and just keep updated what are some of the recent pushes that might have taken place. Right, so seventh and eighth live, both of these were majorly focusing upon the Go's concurrency. Yeah, it's still live 10, I guess. All right. Um, nope. I have to insert a proper line breaker, I guess. Yep. All right. Live 9. All right. Let me share the link to the Kubernetes official, the public repo, so that any good person would want to visit and look at some other components as well of Kubernetes. They might also kind of, a bit more handy about the whole project. All right. All right. So there's our official is our public repository of GitHub that I was talking about just now. If you want to know more about the Kubernetes project, you can just visit kubernetes.io as well, and it will redirect you to another website that will show what does the whole project is all about. As an orchestrator, obviously, it will help you in managing along with your services, along with the different containers as well. Once it has been uploaded, just kind of deployed, containing the code as well as the application here that you've been building since a while, and that's all about it. Recently, also Kubernetes turned 10 years old, so it's and not a latest kind of tech, but still a lot of people have been already using it. It's been deployed. It's been also organizing a lot of different, events as well as conferences around the world, so that you can get to know a bit more about the whole project, the whole landscape as well, which it is containing. All right, so that is Kubernetes. That's all the case studies, booking.com. Must be knowing about booking.com. Otherwise, Babylon, I doesn't know as much about them. Oh, so that's kind of too much of foundational knowledge. We just get started with some other components. If you want to contribute to this particular to this whole project, there have been 3,009, like nearly 4,000 contributors in this whole project. I'm also one of them, and Yeah, it's been mostly written in Go. That's the main reason why I am, you know, why I particularly targeting Kubernetes and also Go at the same time, because most of its components are being designed with the help of Go, and rest are just continually Python, Makefile, PowerShell, and shell files. So we'll try to look at some of the components and APIs, because most of the components are APIs. Right, it is also an API. Another API. Right. So there are a lot of other components. We might look into the control plane or either controller. Control plane is also really foundation. Yeah, so we might consider looking into them. Controller, API server. Let's look. What can we look into? Alright, it's yeah. It holds some of the generic program that has been written, so it won't be containing as much. Alright. I think we can look into the kubelet as well, because it is also one of the major component. That's why it can hold a lot of different APIs and components that could be targeting different sites and different deployments styles as well, in which they have been using it for a while. Yep. Tokens, matrix, similar to my matrix, I guess. Or secret as well. Yep. Secret manager. Let's take any particular Go file. Let's kind of try to break into it for each and every particular function or method that it's been importing or been using since while. So let's look into it. Right, so it's a package of secret. That's why it's been using secret package, and it will be importing some of the dependencies. One of them is context, obviously FMT and time. These three, the core libraries or the dependencies it will this particular file will be using. Other than that, if any particular reference has been made, so in that scenario as well, we'll be considering the v1 client set and product util core v1 or v1 Kubernetes IO API core v1. Yeah, it's about client set Kubernetes. So yeah, these are some of the basic import dependencies that it's been referencing to at the moment. And like if you want to go with any particular file that it's been referencing to at the moment, you can just visit there as well. The Kubernetes .io API core v1. Let's kind of just move into it for a moment. Kubernetes.io API core v1. Right. It's been using some of the tests as well, some of the tests and packages, plugins. All right. Right. So let's move a little bit more to type manager interface. It's using this type interface, get secret, namespace, name string. We're using calling the get method to get the the sequence that has been imported. Get secrets by secret namespace and name secret. This one over here. Secret comma error, so that we can just kind of play around with some error handling as well while getting any particular information, being importing them inside this file. Wait a minute. Right. All right. So for that, and all right, so it's been calling some of the databases and some methods that might have listed below. It's been calling the get secrets register pods as well as also unregister pod. So it will be getting secret by the secret namespace and namespace or name any of the the namespace as the name that has been passed into the whole function, and the register pod and register pod. So for anyone who just joined right now, so we are actually looking into the Go file. The whole Kubernetes, different components, and all the different functions and methods. All of those particular things are the more the most abstracted kind of the functions that you've been using at the moment. But behind the scenes, all of those particular commands are usually working on top of these particular codes that has been built on top of Kubernetes or by Golang. So yeah, I mean, like the Kubernetes project is majorly based or built out of on top of Golang. So, and we've been looking into some of the concurrency primitives and a lot of other methods as well of concurrency, and that how they are being used through Golang. So that's why it is yet another project that is of immense importance for us, for any particular Golang developer, because we can see a lot of different examples, at least the samples, in the best you know cases, best scenario in which the whole code has been written beautifully. Right. So isn't as you know isn't as big as I was thinking about earlier, but it's still it's all right. Manager interface, get secret, register pods, unregister pod, secret. All right. Here we have another struct that is kubeclient, client side dot interface. Right. New sample secret manager function return a simple secret manager. It will be using the kubeclient struct that we defined over here. Kubeclient client side dot interface manager. So like it will be using this kubeclient with the name through this scenario. Otherwise, it will be like kind of returning manager returning manager and returning simple secret manager. Yeah, kube client. Here we have another function that is get secret that we discussed earlier, that we listed earlier in the interface, that is get secrets. Next we'll have register pods and unregister pod as well, I guess. Get secret, register pod, unregister pod, sure. So both of these particular functions will be using this particular struct or the function that has been using, we have to find an interface. Like in interface, we doesn't have to, it stores the whole variables and all of those particular things dynamically. So that's why it's being used. And then further, we have also defined another struct that will be using kube client. Then we have a function that will be used by each and every particular function that will be using the interface that we have defined above. That is the get secret. We'll be calling simple secret and simple secret manager that we have defined over here. Right, perfect. And both of these are being left empty, while the get secret has been haven't been left empty because it will have a return function. As you can see over here, it will be using different things, but the get secret does have a return function. They'll be using the struct, or either they'll be giving some kind of error because it will be just checking error as well. s.kubeclient.co v1 secret namespace get context to do name meta v1 get options, right? Type secret struct. Here we have another struct. Let's also try to read some of these comments that has been passed into the whole file. Manager makes Kubernetes secrets, and this includes retrieving secrets or registering, unregistering them via pods. Get secret by secret namespace and name. Register and register pod function should be efficient, that is, should not block on the network operations. Perfect. Register pod registers all secrets from a given pod. Unregister unregistered secrets from a given pod that are not used by any of the particular registered pod. So here we are passing on some methods, some interfaces. Then we have another secret that is manager. Right. So also, if we are, importing any particular thing, then will be using, those particular importing keywords that are all placed in the lowercase. Otherwise, if we are exporting any particular thing for the whole, application, or either for the microservice architecture as well, or even for the files that has been placed in some other directory at the moment, so we'll be calling that keyword with the first letter of it being put as an uppercase instead of lowercase. As you can see over here, all of those particular things are the lower cases. While on the other hand, we are calling the interfaces, we are also calling over here structs. All of these things are being exported, so that's why we'll be calling them calling the first word of that particular keyword as an uppercase. Then we have secret, get secret, register pod, and register pod say same as we uh, defined earlier over here. Earlier we had another secret that was simple secret manager, whose task was simple secret manager implements secret manager interfaces with simple operations to API server. Awesome. Secret manager keeps a store with secret necessary for registering pods, different implementations of the store, and man results in different semantics for the freshness of secret. That is TTL based implementation versus batch based implementation. Perfect. Secret manager struct has been passed with manager, and then get secret will be using it will be referencing to the secret manager that has been passed in this struct, but other than that we'll be using the namespace as well as the name string as well that we might have listed over here. No, yeah, we have over here. We passed it, as you can see in the interface over here, that it will be, whenever it will be listed, the get secrets command will be referencing to these particular components, these functions as well. There are the namespace and name, and both of these particular, the arguments are being required. These are the arguments that has been passed. There is the namespace and the name string. Other than that, a particular return function has also been passed. That is v1.secrets as well as error. It was also been yeah, listed over here in the interfaces. I don't want to click it because the whole symbol uh, sidebar has been changing. Yeah, it does hold an amazing interface. All right, so object error s dot manager get objects namespace name. If error, we are just checking the error nil. Otherwise, if secret okay, then object dot v1 dot secret okay. So here we are, just kind of checking. It's a kind of a boolean. Okay, boolean has to be passed. If it is all right, if it is true, then it will be passed. Otherwise, if it isn't true, if it is false, then we'll be passing nil in it. Right. If it is okay, like I said, it will return secret or else nil. That means it could be an end of the file because it doesn't has as many secrets as you've been expecting to at the moment. Otherwise, if it isn't true, if it is false, then we'll be passing nil error expected object type. This of error type. Next one is registering pod. S.manager.register pod will be registering pod, and over here will be unregistering pod. So it isn't as much. It won't be containing as much of the function and that we have been expecting for the moment. Like registering pod just requires the registering of the pod, and the unregistering would just go on with unregistering the pod that we might have been using for the moment. Then we have the function get secret names, set string result. We have new string product util visit pod secret names. All right, so here we are defining another function that is get secret names. If we have a secret that has been listed, we want to list out the names that we had. As let's say if the var variable has been just passed as result product util pod secret names. If it does have any pod, then it will be calling it. Otherwise, this just returning a result. If it is true, then it's awesome. Otherwise, it will be returned as a false or error. Then we have a constant default TTLS time dot minute. Right, so here we are. I think we are using cache. Right. New caching secret manager creates a manager that keeps a cache of all the secrets necessary for the registered pods. It implements the following logic: whenever a pod is being created or updated, the cache version of all the secrets are invalidated. All right. So whenever any particular pod has been created or updated, then the cache versions of all the secrets are being invalidated before it's being put into it gets up and running. Every get object called tries to fetch the value from local cache. If it is not stored, then invalidated or too old, we fetch it from the API server or refresh the value in the cache. Otherwise, it is fetched from cache. New caching secret manager. All right. It will be calling kube client in the interface. Now it's just calling out the kube client that I think we listed in the structs for it. Right. Let's secret namespace name string v1.cache. Oh, sorry. Right, so one of them is the get secrets. So we are calling out the list of all the secrets that we might have had earlier. So we'll try to call out the function namespace name string and ops met v1 get options and runtime object has been passed with an error. where it's been found, and return should be kubeclient.core v1 secrets namespace. So we'll be calling the kubeclient's core v1, like we will be calling out its the API version or the reference as the core v1. Secrets has been secret of any particular namespace that has been passed in the earlier get string method, along with the context as well, get context to do. Then we have secret store. Let me check if I'm all fine. All right. Secret store manager, new object store. So secret store has been parsed with manager has been referencing to new object store, get secret, clock, real clock, get VLS and default VLS as well. All right. We reviewed the secret manager in our recent in the current you know live session. So we let me just mention it as well. Right. Awesome. So any particular person who might want to just review it, I have shared the description, shared the link to the Google Docs as well in the description. Hey Yash, Shriyansh, I'm learning Golang and I'm an undergraduate student. Are there any internships available for this on this for freshers, and what are the skills for need to learn about to land an internship? So any particular person who's trying to learn Go, and is very kind of new in this whole particular language, consider they might consider going through the documentation of Go. It does holds an amazing documentation. First try to learn about the different interfaces and structs and the whole architecture of Go, uh, error handling practices as well, concurrency primitives, and concurrency and Go routines might not come as much handy for any particular person who's really new in it, but as soon you'll get enough experience, you might want to try them as well. So yeah, that's if you don't learn, like enter into an internship, right? Oh, there are a bunch of different libraries. Like for Go, you might learn, consider learning about the gRPC. You might learn about the Kubernetes as well, because it has been whole coded in Go. But you won't be using Go as much in Kubernetes if you start learning it, because the if you dive deeper into the whole abstracted layer of the Kubernetes as well, and non-abstracted layer, the minimum abstraction layer, it's the whole thing. So at that whole layer, you might consider trying to learn a bit more about the Golang. Otherwise, you will be yeah, there are a bunch of different internships and jobs that are available for Golang for freshers as well. Yep, there are. You should like learn about the gRPC and a lot of different other libraries as well. You can even code the different HTTPs as well, and a lot of other basics and backend services based in Golang. So that's kind of an awesome. You might have to try to learn or get your hands dirty while just coding and building some of the projects as well. Some backend projects in Golang. You can just try to build some of the CLIs as well, and some other things as well. So yeah, that's kind of cool. Just try to build some of the projects. Some First get to know a bit more about the language. Why do you want to code in Golang? What are some of the reasons? So you might have also coded in Java or C++, and Rust, and a lot of other languages as well. Why did you choose this language? This would be the first question that would be asked by any particular programmer or the interviewer if you want to land an internship or the job opportunities. So you should have a pretty good answer for those people. in order to answer it. What are some of the the beneficial points that have been provided with Go as a developer? In that scenario, you should know about them all. And then as soon you get to know a bit about the whole language, then you should try to grasp the whole applications as well of this language. Now, was it written? I didn't read it. Just can you make some videos on Golang just for the beginners? Like you're making many videos for Golang DevOps also right now. Yeah, like yeah, I can make. I've been doing some of the live streams as well. It's my third live about Go at the moment. So I have discussed about Go as well, about the different the primitives and a lot of different imports and exports and a lot of different structs and a lot of other architecture as well about the Golang. I've been talking a lot about the DevOps and the cloud native recently. So I was kind of trying that to stream a bit in a raw format for the Go programming language, because it is a bit. I start sharing a lot of. I don't follow the whole path for Go while I start explaining about any particular concept. It kind of happens a lot. So that's why but yeah, so sure, I'll try to just kind of upload some more videos, particularly about the Go for any particular person who's really fresh in this whole field. Yeah, sure. You can ask from me as well. I can also help you. I can explain about them. I can also upload about some of the. That's thanks. Thanks, Riyansh. Yeah, sure. I'll make a video. I'll make a couple of different videos about the Golang as well. They might look pretty great for my profile as well. So yeah, sure. I'll make. I was just trying to organize some of the live stream. So soon I'll be making some videos as well for Go. Sure. Yeah. Thanks. Let me just change my location for a moment. Sorry. We just switch places. There's some. I'll be back in 2 minutes. Till then, you can just refer to this particular code that I just explained about. We just zoom it out a bit. Oh, that's too much. No, yeah. All right. That's the whole code, and let me just So let's continue it from here. So for delaying, Sriyansh was asking about. Oh, let me just share my Instagram as well. Like I kind of tried to upload some videos over there as well. That were mostly about the shorts and the reels over there. So that's why I'll try to update my Instagram as well. Let me see, where is it connected to? Right, fine. It's my speed over here. It's pretty good. I don't use Instagram as much, but still, I did have was an Instagram account. Let me share it. Right, so I had all right, fine. So let me just share my screen. All right, so I were explaining about this whole golang file. Oh, I did. I does have an Instagram account, but I don't use it as much. Although I was uploading some of the videos, some shorts over there. So maybe I it's better time to update, update the whole content over there as well. So yeah, I've listed it in the live chat, I guess. There are two accounts of Insta that where I upload my whole content. One of them is the code chain, and the one is KubeCon. Awesome. So, all right. So, we were discussing about the new caching manager as well as also new watching secret manager. We discussed about new caching manager, but we didn't discuss about the new watching secret manager. What does it do? And let's try to look into that particular function as well. We'll be using all those particular structs as well as interfaces for sure. So yeah, let's try to understand them as well. Everyone, let me know where are you guys from, and yeah, it will be really interesting to know that as well. So, new watching secret manager, one is Cube client side interface, and resync interval time duration, because it will be using the time, the dependency that we have imported in our file. Yep. Kube client is the struct that we earlier reference to. Kube client side interface, and resync well time duration manager list secret that will be using. It is a variable that has been defined that will be using the function and its namespace string, and ops is meta vi.list options. Runtime has been set to runtime.object and error. I mean, the outputs has been set to runtime.object and error. Referencing to both of these things, and same with the watch secret as well and new secret. What does it do? New secret manager creates a manager that keeps a cache of all the secrets. Awesome. Necessary for registered pods. It implements the following pods. It implements the following pods. The logics. Whenever a pod has been created or updated, we start individual watches for all the referenced objects that are referenced from. Every get object returns a value from local cache propagated via watches. That's great. Right. So it will be listing out the list secret function name string. Then the watch secret as well. It will kind of list out all the secrets that are present at the moment in this file, or it's been opened or created previously. List secrets, all these secrets in a particular namespace. Watch secrets, and then the new secret as well. Return v1 secret is immutable function object runtime to boolean. Yeah, is runtime will be checking is immutable. Sorry, is immutable will be checking out. It will kind of impose some of the boolean functions as well. If secret okay, it will check. If it is false, then it will just return false. Just kind of broke the function, not break as like literally it won't break the function. It won't break the or execute the whole program. List watch with watch list semantics wrapper. Function lw cache list watch. Cache list watcher. Zia variable has been set to core v1 dot resources. That has been set to secrets and returns as secret manager. Manager has been referencing to this whole thing. Awesome. By the way, Sriyansh, where are you from? Or any other particular person as well, whoever is present right now in this chat. I'd love to know that. All right, so that was all about the secret manager. Let's look at some other files as well that might be present over here. With fake manager and secret manager, then secret manager dot test files. Yeah, I like that. I love tests. Like in Go, the test handling is pretty awesome. We have package secret, import context, fmt, strings, testing time. All right. Meta v1, client sets. Client sets will be referencing to Kubernetes and Kubernetes fake, URL manager, and the clocks as well. I don't need it. Here we have our first function, that is check object. Oh, nah. Why would I? Function check object has been said. We'll be passing some of the arguments, that is t, testing t, and store manager store. Namespace for ns, name string should exist boolean. Yeah, it will be checking boolean as well, because it is a testing environment. It is, this whole file is testing, it's for the testing purposes. That's where it will be using a lot of boolean functions as well. As you can see, is also using boolean, is also using boolean. Get secret, like get secret won't be using any boolean for sure, but some other ones might use it. Hmm. Yep. Testing. These all are for testing purposes. Like I does know the whole architecture of Kubernetes, so that's why, and I does know how to code in Go as well. But recently, I've been coding a lot in Golang, so that's why it is kind of really fun for me as well to understand about the whole. Like I was knowing about the abstracted layer a lot more. Like what are the pods, what are secrets, what are some other files as well. What should we do, like for the whole networking purposes as well, like the whole networking environments of Kubernetes, whether it's the ingress or load balancers or the gateway APIs, even the API gateways. I've been working along with the gateway as well, so I've been reading the Go files as well. So it's really fun to learn in details, like deep diver, uh, dive deeper, dive deep diver. Right, so function check object. We'll be using the testing argument and store manager as well. Namespaces and string, and should I access boolean as well. We'll be passing an empty loop for the error store.get as name. Should I exist and error is not equal to null, then oh, is not equal to nil. Like if we does found an error in that scenario, we'll have to pass on this particular error. We'll have to flag this particular error, that scenario. Like it does exist, but the error is not nil in that scenario. Expected actions and error. And if it shouldn't exist and the error is equals to nil, or either the strings dot contains is the error dot errors, like we have passed this file as, oh we haven't, yeah we did testing. Yeah, so error dot errors and fmt dot printf ns and name, it will be flagging another error function. The function is no object TTL, and time duration and boolean has been passed and returned time duration as and false. Function get secrets, fake client set dot interface, manager dot get object function, return function namespace name string, and the ops has been passed on to meta v1. We passed it over here. Yep, meta v1 runtime and the v1 APIs packages. Right, I thought we were on some other file. Yeah, awesome. So pod with secrets, and no, we were on, yeah, get secrets. So we'll be using some of the arguments, and also we've also passed we'll be returning manager.get option function. Return function has been set as this, and return fake client dot and the whole environments. Secrets context true function type environment struct as environment variable names, environment from names, image pull secret names contains environment secrets. Why am I iterating to each and every particular line in this? It's kind of obvious. Like instruct. What will I iterate through? What will I explain about? pod with secrets. Right, so it's using these particular environments like the arguments, and will be referencing to it to you know provide an output to v1, and it is also referencing to that particular memory. It's not using the same particular one. It's just referencing to it v1.pod, so that there won't be as much of a problem while using in this particular scope. Because in most of the functions, while we are using Go, we are using it for a lot of microservice applications. So in that scenario, if you does have any particular change to be updated while using a particular service, then it becomes really important for you to change the whole value that has been stored. It isn't about only passing on the reference, but it is also about changing or updating the value as well that has been stored in that particular memory of that variable. So yeah, that's another point. v1.pod object meta has been passed as namespace as this, and name of the pod, that is pod name. Yeah, we passed it in arguments, and it's ns would be the namespace, as I said earlier. Even when you're using the command line like the kubelet and all those particular commands as well, and that scenario as well, you will use like kubelet get ns, which will stand for namespaces accordingly. Pod v1 pod object meta, that's all, and then spec has been passed as v1.pod spec. For name, that will arrange to attach image pull secret names, and pod spec image pull secrets append will try to append it, like add the name to the whole. You know what do we mean by append? For I secrets, range would be to attach container environment secrets. Container is v1.container, and name is fmt.sprintf container d I. Name range secrets dot environment from names, environment from secret reference, and object local object reference. Container environment from. It is an amazing file. That's awesome. Using up a lot of. It's like this is kind of basic, but still at the same time it is referencing and also using up and allocating the memory to a lot of different variables at the same time. So I don't know if it is being in use. I don't think it is in use for a while, but still, it's the exact same way in which it has been written, like the Go files in the production. It isn't using Go, as I said earlier, like the Go routine. It is using Go, but it's not using the concurrency for now. Like it isn't using channels, neither it is using the Go routines, neither the concurrency primitives, or either some other things as well. It isn't using any one of them. It's just calling up all of these particular things and the variables and memories and the. Thanks, Mank, for joining. Right, so that's secret. We did learn about secret manager as well as secret manager test. Let me pass this as well. Secret manager. Right. Right, so I guess we'll try to wind up the live for the moment. If it does have any other option, kind of questions in your mind, then you might ask them as well. at the moment, might consider solving them. We might discuss about some other some other components as well in the next live. We might try to look into secrets a bit more, because secrets in Kubernetes is one of the components that will be using a lot of tests, like unit tests as well as also. I expected that I will be using it. It would have been using some of the the concurrency privileges as well, like whether it is the channels or whether it was go routines, but it isn't using them as much as I expected. So that's why we'll try to look into some other components as well, like the Go file, which might be using them, so that we can have a nice practice of all of those particular topics as well. All right, so I guess yeah, thanks a lot.